It's a wine glass song. I need y'all to raise y'all drinks if you feel like you're close to your dreams. Yeah, I know I am. See, told my mom I'm done living check to check. She said, what? I hope you got a plan for next. I said, all I really know is that I'm trying to be the best and get paid a lot for doing so much less. Cause most 9 to 5s have you fighting 9 stress. Rather be making money on a station at a desk. Wait, especially a desk that ain't mine. Wishing on a house I can never afford to buy. Wait, maybe when I'm 80 and I use my life savings, Uncle Sam ain't got no love unless you on your time Brady. After these M&Ms, so I act a little shady, ignoring Lil Wayne's. I'm trying to be more like Baby. You can hate me, feels like the world does lately. Guess that's the price you pay in order to reach greatness. Finally I'm known, word to my brother, new flame in town, hottest thing this summer.
Oh my gosh, I feel so alive. Can this life really get any better when you're living in your moment and you know you own it? Seems like everything coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. Only up from here. It's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. Only up from here, and it's only gonna get better.
Used to stress over bills, so much I hate to say it. Now money's automatic and so are bill payments. When you dead broke, ain't no making arrangements unless it's for a funeral. No casket can save it, cause we living in the same pattern. Go to school, get a job, get a Saturn. Keep your job, back to school, try to master it. Get another job, work until you're 66. Where did life go? So now I'm walking on the moon like a Myco. Feels good to have to work, but still might go. And can't nobody write you up or give a warning. Turn around and have the same choice in the morning. I was in college skipping homework just to write, wondering if when I blow I'll be seen as just a dyke. Cause that's what they call Missy MC, like in the Queen. If that's a price of reaching dreams, then I guess it's what I'll be.
Oh my gosh, I feel so alive. Can this life really get any better when you're living in your moment and you know you own it? Seems like everything coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. Only up from here. It's coming together. It's coming together. It's coming together. Only up from here, and it's only gonna get better.
There we have it. Another episode of the Artistry of. The Artistry of is brought to you by who? What the? You lose. Butch House, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and MMA LLC of Charleston, West Virginia. You guys know that this is the largest gym in West Virginia, promoting boxing, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, judo, and more. That's like weapons training. I had to get it in with the blade, you know. So, definitely. Yeah, what?
Did you see that post that I sent you about Mike Tyson getting his ass whooped?
No, I mean I caught it, but I didn't.
You should have looked at it, man. My heart fell to my feet. Some upstart knocked Mike Tyson, ironed Mike out. So maybe you can beat him.
Well, like I said, Ben, I wouldn't have a high percentage. Like I would lose, but how many losses would I have to take? But in defeat, Mike Tyson would beat me. But in defeat, I would be using advancedbkj.com. All the techniques that I learned from there that will at least allow me to survive some. So you guys who want to survive, go to advancedbkj.com. Perfect. All right, we're also brought to you by Weebly.com. You guys, I tell you time and time. Matter of fact, before I even came here, my son, he made some lemonade. It was strawberry. It was like the packets, Kool-Aid packets. So he had strawberry something, maybe lemonade, and just the right amount of sugar for me. Right? So I was like, yeah, this is the best, right? But he doesn't have a website where we can promote and sell, package his lemonade, sell it to the world, okay? This podcast is picking up, baby. We have views. People are downloading from China, all the stans, whether it's Islamistan, Pakistan, Turkestan, all the stans. You put a stan in front of it, and they are downloading the podcast.
That's great. They recognize.
Why? Because we went to Weebly.com. We created the website. We didn't even have to pay. No money down. That's zero startup. Okay, you don't even need to go to Kickstarter to start up your website. You go to BoMiles.com and click on the Weebly banner so that your Uncle Bo can get the credit. We're also brought to you, last but not least, by Bo Knows Music. You guys know what it is. All right. Now, on the show today, we have hip-hop artist TalENTed, who is very talented. She kicked it off. Y'all heard it in the beginning, right? We're going to dissect that thing because that was nice. I really liked that track. I want to hear it again, but we're not going to play it again on the podcast. But we are going to interview, listen, learn. To all, we're going to listen, learn everything that we can from TalENTed. She's here, ready to show you cocksuckers how to do it. All right, you think you're rappers, you think you're artists, you think you're this, you're not. So that has nothing to do with Bo Knows Music, but still go to Bo Knows Music and figure out what you can learn about the music. All right, now that progression, that was a hot progression. Now you can learn how to play that at BoKnowsMusic.com. And we're going to have some juicy information coming soon. Bo Knows Music, so check it out. All right. Now I'm going to also take the time to tell you guys, you cocksuckers, to go to iTunes and subscribe if you haven't already. All right. I'll know if you subscribed or not. So subscribe. Let's kick this puppy off right.
Cue the music.
It's time.
Let me introduce you to Bo Miles, a unique and likable guy. Everyday life, friends and family makes up the artistry.
All right, here we go. Time to ride the goat's antlers one more time.
Sounds like that masonry stuff, man.
All right, let's see. The Ram. How about the Ram?
Same thing.
Still.
That Masonic stuff, bro.
All right.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
You know what you're talking about? You a goat rider?
Yeah. So, the antelope. How about that?
How about a deer or a doe or something?
All right. Okay, it's time to surf the buck's antlers.
Okay, that don't work. That'll keep you out of trouble.
Yeah. All right, because I don't want people like, well, he rose to the top because he sold his soul to Satan.
He rode that goat.
He don't even record at the church no more.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, TalENTed. What was the name of that first joint? I mean, that was fresh. I really liked it a lot.
It's called Coming Together, and it's featuring one of my friends. Her name is Unleashed, and that is her artist name and poetry name. And yeah, I wrote the song a couple years before I actually recorded it. Just had to find the right singer, right music to go with it, and that's what came of it.
Now, where did you get the beat, or did you make that, or like how did that come about?
I actually shop my beats. I use a couple different sites, and I actually shop them, and I get to know the producers on these sites. I message them personally, and some of them I talk to on the phone, and I actually pay them to either lease, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. Either way, it just depends on how I feel the song's going to go. And I'm not one of those rappers that just be ripping instrumentals off of YouTube. I actually invest in, instrumentals I want. And when you actually invest, you can find the instrumentals that you want. Even if there's a producer that you like a certain beat, you can get them to change the beat, alter the beat. Money kind of helps you get to the right stuff you want.
All right. So how much would you pay, or like how does that structure work?
Well, leasing, if you go with like say an exclusive lease is going to cost more money. It costs the most money because it means that the beat is solely yours, meaning exclusive lease can be, $500, to a local producer that has no name. But it just means that this beat is mine. If I want to change it around, if I want to do whatever to it, if I want to resell it, I can. It's mine, pretty much. Non-exclusive means that you have a certain limit on what you can do to the song. You can't do any rearranging. You can't, take the beat and try to shop it to someone else and say, yeah, this is mine. This is my work. It's pretty much how it comes to you. It's how it comes. And it's also in the delivery. Most times when you get an exclusive beat, you get the tracked out version, all your instrumentals, to where you can do whatever you want. You can remix it. You can do whatever, where a lot of times on non-exclusive agreements, you're just getting an MP3. And that's the difference in when I say, depending on how the song's going to go, you don't want to put a bunch of money into exclusive beat and the song goes nowhere. What's the point of putting, $600 into a beat and then the song doesn't do anything? That's why artists now, they may go and get a non-exclusive, beat. And if the song pops off and it gets radio airplay and people they'll go back to that producer. Granted, that producer's going to tax now, but they'll go back and be like, hey, how much to just buy this entire beat? And a lot of times the producer knows you coming back for that reason. They like, wait a minute, you trying to take this national, so I want, a percentage, or they just sell it outright.
Okay.
I thought you had.
No, I'm like, wow. So when the term lease, does that suggest that it's yours for as long as you pay a certain amount of money, or can they revoke that lease at any time they want to? Or
if you get a non-exclusive lease, how that works is if I pay, say this is the cheaper way to do it, because you might have a site where this producer's putting up beats for non-exclusive, and they may make that beat only $20 to lease it, but if 300 people lease that beat, how much money have they made?
So there could be 300 different tunes using the same instrumental that you're using.
Yep,
Okay.
I have leased beats off of one of my sites, and then watched on Oxygen. It was on Bad Girls Club. One of the beats came in, and I turned around. I was like, wait a minute, and I didn't hear me come in, so I was like, it's the beat. It's been leased. One of the producers I use for another one of my songs, he actually has placements on Fast and Furious. So how that works is, if you feel like a song is going to do well, do not get a non-exclusive lease, because if you get a non-exclusive and you pay $10 today for this beat, and somebody comes along and buys it exclusively, that beat is no longer yours to just use. It's their rights. It's their beat.
So you have to pay them royalties if your song pops off after they made it big, then you become big. You owe them money.
If you are using a beat that you leased,
Wow.
that's pretty much how the agreement is. If somebody comes along and pays for it exclusively, then, I couldn't go after Bad Girls Club because I bought a non-exclusive agreement. I paid $15 for that beat, whereas Bad Girls Club paid for that beat. I can't go to them and be like, hey, I have this non-exclusive. But if they wanted to, they can come back to me and be like,
Stop using it.
yeah, stop using it. They can't really get me for having it because I did that before them. But they can say, hey, stop using the beat, or we need to discuss, other terms. Yeah.
You're buying you out.
Yeah, exactly. So it works, pretty much works out of way. So you want to, if you know a song is going to do well, you want to just get the entire rights to it. Also, some producers will put a cap on the beat. If you have a non-exclusive beat, they'll say, this is only for 20, radio airplays and 10,000 downloads and they can say that. So they can say if you have a plan for this song to do more than that, then you need to buy an exclusive agreement.
Wow.
Yep.
So the music industry has drastically changed, and it's not the same as it once was.
Yeah. It's producer to producer. My song Ring Bells, that was on the radio last summer. That producer, he's really cool. He's out of New York. All he really wanted was, because I was discussing with him buying the exclusive rights. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I had went a whole different direction with another song, but all he cared about was that his name stayed with the song, which means that wherever I posted it, if it went to iTunes, it went to Spotify, it's on all of those, his name needed to be on there. That's what he requested, meaning he didn't want to pull up anywhere and see the song and his name not also be on there.
Okay. So when you say that, you own the song, but he did the music to it. So
yeah,
who gets the royalties then?
As far as royalties are concerned, because it's a non-exclusive agreement, if there was royalties that came from it, it'd be mine. But in his agreement, it's also, if you get royalties on a non-exclusive beat, it's everybody knows you need to go back to the drawing table with the producer, just because you don't want that to be a future issue. Like I said earlier, if you know that the song's about to pop, you might as well out the gate go to them and be like this, because if you wait till it goes national, you paying them a lot of money, because that's when you might be getting 50-50, even though it's your song and your artistry behind it that really made it pop.
Because basically you want that music to play mm-hmm. or blend with what you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Now on that song that we kicked it off with, what was like just the motivation? What's the story behind that? It sounds like it's some personal stories, but what was the mindset for that?
Just realizing that hip hop and music and dance, whatever it may be, is just a constant struggle. It is. It'll beat you up if you let it. And just really realizing that certain things that I wanted that I thought should have happened years ago were actually coming into place, and it was coming together. The constant struggle of, finding, paying bills and just paying certain things, it was kind of, coming into fruition what I wanted, and actually been able to make money off of this. I've always been in love with it, so it became a time where it's like, I need to make something off of it. I would love to do this full time forever, every day, but I need something from that, because if not, you gotta hit corporate America. And
talk to Bo after the show. He can hook you up.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't have any.
Oh yeah.
Look, man, I'm struggling. Okay, like I'm hanging out with the gremlins. Yeah.
Oh, I was taking notes. I was like, yeah, Bo got some sponsors. Yeah, Bo got some sponsors. But yeah, that's pretty much what it came from. I was like, finally, I don't care if it's somebody paying $10 for a performance. It's better than just constantly feeling like you're putting a lot of money and time into it, and everybody expects you to just do everything for free.
Well, you can look at it as a hobby, and mm-hmm. when a hobby gets to be to cost so much, the government allows you to write that off in your taxes.
Mm-hmm. And I do all of that.
Okay.
I do all of it, yes. TalENTed is my name, but TalENTed Entertainment Group is my music kind of label, entertainment group. It's LLC. I've been blessed to be able to start one of those. I started it 6 years ago. And I was able to take all of that, that I was actually dishing out and actually do that. Do it in a smart way.
Plus, she's college educated.
Yeah, and do it in a smart way. A lot of people just they're not smart about what they're trying to do. A lot of hip-hop artists want to be taken seriously, but they don't see themselves as a business, and you really need to. You hear Jay-Z, you hear some of the greats say it all the time. So you start seeing yourself as a business. Yes, it's an art, but you have to see yourself as, I am this entity. Even if it's just getting into a local bar, what am I providing to this bar? What numbers am I bringing to this bar? What am I doing? Or am I just going in here just throwing on a song and, hey, I'm in your bar, but I'm adding no value to it. I have no name, but, let me come back.
That's where your fan base comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that fan base. We talk about it every now and then, but definitely listen. That sponsor is taking a different direction, but the idea is still the same. And you still can go to amdreamo.com. But yeah, man, I remember when I was out there on the scene, in the music game as a rapper. Anyway,
I gotta say it. That's how I met. This is what we were talking about earlier. That is how I met Mr. Bo Miles. That is how I met Mr. Bo Miles. It was actually, we were at State, and I came in, and they was like, yeah, it's a guy over there. He's a hip-hop artist, and he's playing the piano at the same time. And, I mean, he's just awesome. We got to go over there. He giving out prizes. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, if you student at State, you're like, I mean, hey, it's something going on, you know. It didn't matter what was going on. You was like, it's something happening. We need to go. So I go over there, and I mean, he was doing ballads upon ballads. That was the hip-hop ballads. That's what it was. I mean, he did a whole album and a half. And, I mean, I thought it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Oh, he paid for all that. He had to rent the hall.
I was like,
everybody got paid but me.
I was like, no, there is not a hip-hop rapper. Like, not hip-hop rapper, but that plays a piano while they're rapping. I was like, I thought it was amazing. At least I hadn't seen it. Well, you know?
Don't John Legend do that?
He sings.
Yeah, he sings.
He sings.
So he can't rap, so he has the rapper come in.
Yeah. There has not been a rapper that, you know, just necessary. There's been producers in the rap. There's been Kanye get up there with his beat machine and make a live track. But as far as sitting on the piano, like, not coming in with, you know, he was like, yo. Yo.
So Mo, so Bo, this means you're multifaceted, man.
Yeah, man, but I had to hang it up. I just, the
old ball and chain.
Yeah. Well, man, you got the family, and
that's what I said. The old ball and chain.
That's a negative connotation to it. My wife, she doesn't listen to the show, so I don't have to worry about that. But still, it's perception. It's good. It's all good. But like you were saying, Talented, you want to get paid from it, and you know. And like Fid said, like, look, I pumped out money for all of that stuff.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy because when you're pumping out money for hip hop and all this stuff, but then on the other side you got to pump out money for bills and all that. Man, without a job or without hip hop bringing in money, you don't want to be. You know, I will always do, and I would hope I would stick to this. Like, I will always find a way to do charity work. In my work, I'll always find a way. You know, when people contact me even now, can you come do this for, you know, some kids? Can you come do this for a group of this or that? As long as they're not making money off the kids, then I'm there. I mean, if you taxing the kids and you want me to come do something for free, you out your mind. But if you doing this for the kids for free, you know, I do that week hip hop camp that we used to do in Canal City. You know, I would take off work, whether I had PTO or not, and I would go do this camp because it was a free camp, and the kids there needed it. They didn't have money. They didn't have, you know, parents. You know, most of them were coming out of the, like, HUD houses and things like that. So I would go and do that. But on the flip side of that, it's not wanting to be used as an artist. We have a venue who has money. You have a organization that makes money, charges people. You want to charge at the door, but you want me to come do something for free. I hit that point as an artist. You know, not every artist can make those demands or say X, Y, Z. But if I'm bringing, you know, a certain amount of people to this door and you're going to charge them, but you're not trying to pay me, there's a problem. There's a problem. Like, so, and you know, certain areas have it bad. Charleston, I love it to death. They had it bad for a while too. You know, it was one of those things where they just kind of expect, you know, this, that, and other. And
well, I'm giving you a chance to show your stuff.
Yeah,
you should be grateful that you got an audience. I'm bringing together an audience for you to listen. You should pay me.
It goes. Here's the thing. You also got to remember it goes both ways. Now, some venues don't have that. Oh, trust me. There's several shows. Levy, I'm not being paid for that, and I would never ask to be paid for that. If it's something that can advance my career, and I feel like we both come to an agreement, you want my skills, and you have some, I don't care if it's, put me in front of new faces. That's what I care about. I don't want to perform for free in front of 50 faces that have already seen me. I would rather perform for free in front of 20 faces that have never seen my art, never seen anything, because that's value to me. That's giving me an opportunity to gain new people, new, you know, exposure. If there's exposure or opportunity for advancement, then yes, that pays for itself. But if you are bringing me somewhere and you have no guarantee of people even coming in and you want to charge all the people that's coming to see me, that's a problem. Because now you're just trying to get over on me. And you'll have that. I mean, I'm sure you've experienced it as a hip. I mean, you just, in the beginning, it doesn't matter, because you're out there and you're like, I'm just trying to get exposure anywhere I can. You want to do this and you want to do that. But then when you start to see those things and it's like, well, I'll do this for free. Can my, people that support me also come in for free to see it? If they say yes, then let's do it. But you charging people that are coming to support me, they've never been to your venue. They may come back again if they have a great time. But what am I getting out of this? You getting new folks. You getting, you know what I'm saying?
You're selling
and you
drinks.
You got the bar. Exactly. You
got the
you
bar.
taking the bar. You selling Henny and Coke. And I ain't getting Henny and Coke $8. And I can't, won't even give me a tab. Like,
whoa. At least one drink.
Yeah. Can I get a drink pass?
Can I get a Hennessy?
Can I get a drink pass?
I remember when we were performing at, man, I cannot think of the name of this club. It was in South Charleston. Yeah. And I got closed down because a guy got killed. Mm-hmm. Mystique was a club, Mystique. And the guy who was running that, and I'm not going to say any names just because I don't, know the legal thing with that. But the two guys, they were really good to us. Like, they gave us, they opened up the bar for us. Hey, whatever y'all want, you got it. When we had good nights, here's an extra, and so I mean, it was perfect. And but it was warming the audience up because this is, I was rapping, but it was more jazz music. It was more like a hip hop jazz type of thing, and it was after maybe Woody Wood. It was either before or after him. I think it was after him because I just remember people like yo, what is this? Kind of like live music. So it was a warming up period, But now, like the live music around here is like really developed, and it seems pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's all you really want is just something in return to not feel used and abused, And people will try, And I think that's what it is with some of my hip hop friends. They're all like, well, why? You get this and you get that, and it's really taking yourself and turning yourself into a, business entity and really seeing yourself as, this is how I eat, this is how I operate, this is how I want to live. Yeah. Exactly. And if you can pay a DJ, I use this example all the time. One of my best friends is a DJ. And I do a lot of managing for her. I booked her a show last weekend. If you can pay her to come in and entertain your crowd, because it's still entertainment, for 3, 4, 5 hours, then I don't understand why you don't, if you have a show for artists, why you're not trying to, do the same. It's entertainment. You're entertaining the crowd that are your people coming in. You could have a DJ that has no name. He's still going to be paid for something, even if it's bringing his equipment in. He could flat suck, but you're paying him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
and he might be pre-programmed. All he do is touch that button.
Exactly.
He just brings his equipment as a laptop.
DJ iPod. He playing off the iPod. Like, yeah. You come up, go request a song. He unlocking his phone and stuff. Like, oh, I got you. Like, I got you. Doop. As soon as this song go off, he using, going up. You go up. Yeah, all he got is the laptop. Using the space bar to and he's getting paid money using the space bar and the up key. Like, that's his turntables,
But see, people come in to dance and enjoy that music, and as they dance and sweat, they are what? They're buying drinks. But when an artist is there, they're paying exclusive attention to you.
And it depends on what artist. Me, some of my songs make you need a drink. They hit that hard at home. Some of my songs make you want to dance because most times in my performances I dance. I add that to the end of my performance and I dance. Being that this is, a audio podcast, I would show you guys.
Show us. Honestly, we'll tell them how well you're doing.
All this connection that Bo got in here. These mics might have cameras.
Oh no!
He about to cue in the mic cameras.
Yeah, I know. Like hitting cameras everywhere. Like, look.
And I add a lot to my show. It's the little things. I used to.
You're an entertainer, and you're supposed to. The whole purpose of entertainment is for someone to come to your show and feel 100% satisfied that they got a show out of you.
You can do Ring Bells. That would be a song that I would. That was a song that was actually on the radio. still getting a lot of play. You know, I was in one of the bars last weekend, and they played it. Last month, I heard it on the radio. So it pops up in random spurts.
So do you get royalties when it's played on the radio?
No, not for that. But you also gotta remember where you are at in your career. At this point, radio-wise, I want that exposure. You know, I want that exposure. You gotta pick and choose, you know, your battles. You know, I need the radio exposure. As far as face-to-face exposure here, I could be a little bit more particular with that, because if I post an event and say I'm going to, you know, perform there, you know, I get a lot more people that, you know, will come at this point. Mm-hmm. But as far as getting radio exposure, somebody just driving in their car, ain't my friend on Facebook, at this point, I don't care about being paid for that. Now, say if I'm a national artist and, you know, we're talking, I'm getting regular spins, then yes. But like I said, you really have to pick and choose with your career and where you're at in your career.
Because all it takes is a couple of people to hear it, mm-hmm. and they keep requesting it, and then everybody starts requesting it. Then mm-hmm. it becomes a hit.
Yep.
So,
and once you get to that point, that's when you're like, hey, I need to have some. Which you have those things that, you know, track where the music's being played, like media base and all those things, track where you're being played, your spins. And it did really well because, you know, I paid to be on a DJ's mixtape, and I paid to be on another website's kind of mixtape. I put money into marketing, and that helped. It did. It really helped. You know, if I see value, I'm one of those people, if I see value in it, I'm going to go for it. You know, if I don't see value, then I give you the opportunity to explain the value to me. Tell me why. You know, everybody wants your money, but nobody wants to tell you why they want your money. You know what I'm saying?
Because they ain't got none.
I give you, you know, 10 blank CDs that you can record your mixtapes on for $50. Like, what? What you mean? You just want my money. That doesn't have value. But if you're telling me, like, $20, that's what this DJ, he's out of Atlanta. And he was like, $20. What I include in that $20 to being on my mixtape, you're paying for a mixtape spot. My mixtape goes on 50 different websites. It will be uploaded, and they all go on the websites simultaneously the same day. $20 for 50 different websites. That mixtape, I was like track 14 on there. It went to Audio Mac. It went to Spinrilla. It went to Dat Piff. It went to SoundCloud. It went to, I mean, everything you can name, it literally went there. Even hip-hop, you know, hip-hop sites I knew nothing about. You know, allmixtapes.com, Hot New Hip Hop. I mean, Hawkshare. It went to everything. Like, I just Googled the day after the drop. I Googled my song, and that mixtape was popping up everywhere. Is that not worth $20? What y'all think? That's worth. Hey, it's worth 20. Yeah, that's worth $20. Yeah, that's worth $20. You know, that's worth it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's worth $20. I'd pay that any day. Cause and on each of those things, he had so many plays. Like, it was like 5,000 plays at minimum, and then on a different website it was like 20,000 plays, and then not to include the downloads and streams and all that and the shares. $20. Yeah, I'll do that again. Yeah, I do that again easily. And then constant, you know, exposure and tweeting. He would tweet about it. He would, you know, repost it. But yeah, to say that was for my song called Ring Bells. That was one also produced by the producer in New York, Nico Rock. Found him, and I still actually keep in touch with him, and because I like his style. You know, I'm one of those that likes crazy beats. You know,
when you go about composing or coming up with a rap tune, mm-hmm. what's the process you go through?
I have several different processes. One is if I don't have a beat. Sometimes, you know, I'm driving in the car. Like, I make some of my best songs driving in the car. It could be driving to dance. It could be driving home. I make some of the best songs. I'll just cut the radio off and just come up with the melody, pull out my phone, record it on my voice recorder. And then later on, I'll find a beat for it.
Okay.
Or you have those beats that you're just inspired by. Ring Bells is one of those. I heard the beat, and I'll set time aside to actually go and listen to beats. And I heard the beat, and I was like, oh, I could put something to this. And then I just start with a little, you know, melody or how I want it to go, and then get some sounds going. And then I slowly piece the words together. And normally I re-record even the most basic songs probably a good 5-6 times at minimum. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I've re-recorded a song maybe 10, 15 times. Just going back, changing stuff. You know, I might put down a freestyle verse initially just to lay down my idea.
A remix before you do the actual one.
Mm-hmm. And you'll hear other artists do it too. You ever heard something leak by like Kanye and it'd be some whack verse and he'll be on there like, he's just trying to lay out the melody of how he wants to rap it. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do that because it helps you kind of get out what you're trying to get out, but you don't want to lose an idea. You don't want to lose the thought process. Mm-hmm. It's just like a placeholder.
Okay.
That's what I did with Ring Bells. The next song that we're going to share, I did that. I put the hook down, and then I came back and, went verse by verse, making sure all my lyrics popped, and I had the perfect punchlines and catch lines, phrases, all that.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
Well, he's cueing in.
I tell them that I didn't. Just started working harder and I put on for my city. Cut them off if they ain't rocking with me. If they ain't rocking with me, then they gotta be against me. Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, homie, can't you tell? Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, homie, can't you tell? All on my jacket, tell them get back. They smell it loud, what I'm cooking like I'm the rock. My rap book, that Joan is on Tupac. Eating off music when I used to eat off coupons. Flip the track, gone for a minute, but now I'm back. If you wanna, we can go tit for tat. I got a mitten back just for hitting rats. And I'm getting that. Name a chick that's just legit. I don't push play on diss tracks. That's the quickest way to diss bag. When I left, your favorite fan said that they miss me. No disrespect, my only competition is Missy. Ain't nobody in my lane. Low down, dirty, and I got no shame. Call the cops, cause I got no same. They say till you kill us, so they call me T-Pain. They call me T-Pain. No auto-tune. Support the movement, it's what you ought to do. Cause this train gon' move with you or without. Used to beg them to listen, now they rockin' now. They say I changed, I tell them that I didn't. Just started working harder and I put on for my city. Cut them off if they ain't rockin' with me. If they ain't rockin' with me, then they gotta be against me. Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, homie, can't you tell? Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, homie, can't you tell? If they ain't talk my music, then they talk my style. I guess I'm in their mouth more than a root canal. So many bow ties, they call me bow tips. Ain't hard to notice when fresh is your motive. Seem like everybody tryna rap nowadays. I ain't choose rap, boy, rap shows me. Can't see these lanes peeking through my oak leaves. Getting away with murder, call me
I got that.
Okay, no joke. Young but I'm an OJ. Hop on tracks, leave them smoking. No joking, let it soak in. I'm a beast, but this right here is beauty. And these Disneys wanna diss me and that make them look goofy. I'm an 80s baby with an 80s flow. Rockin' 80s chains.
Getting me out the gate. He's like, listen up.
90s baby.
Yeah. I got
Listen up, you. And I was
my flow worth 90s.
I was like, oh, okay. You gotta start every show with that, cause that gives the vibe. It was just like, listen up.
And I put on for my city. Cut them off.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's usually better with the
But it's a true definition of the hot seat. You feel me? True definition.
It's usually a lot cooler, but
I'm a boss, homie, can't you tell? I hear them church bells ringing. Never mind, it's my name, oh Jesus. I'm blessed. Like 1,000 Caesars and these peanuts trying to butter me, but no, I'm not a Reese's. I see now why these rappers ain't speaking, cause they tracks rock their pins and now my joints are leaking. I got a big mouth, so hang on to the small talk. I'm in the big house, leave the drama on the
sidewalk. Adios, no amigos. Flow foul like a free throw. Do this for my people with whole size of a peephole. I'm the ish, like move bounce. You can tell when I walk in, cause I roll with two crowds. Harriet's help me flow, but I ain't underground. Got played a lot in life, now the same folks trying to come back around. Guess they can smell that greatness is my scent. Trying to keep my journey humble, but my ego is a trip. They say I changed, I tell them that I didn't. Just started working harder, and I put on for my city. Cut them off, if they ain't rockin' with me. If they ain't rockin' with me, then they gotta be against me. Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, on me can't you tell? Ring-a-ling, my name ring bells. I'm a boss, on me can't you tell?
Wow.
DJ Bo Mouse.
Now, you have a childlike quality to your voice. You're much more mature than your voice, your performing voice is. To me, that I'm just a layperson. I'm just into jazz, so
Yeah.
but I know when a good quality recording's done, and that was a good quality. So, what type of recording equipment do you use when you do these? When you cut your? Is that,
I've always been when you cut your tracks. Yeah, when you cut your tracks. Yeah, I've always been on Pro Tools. Me personally, what I've used, and part of that stemmed from first studio I tried to record was actual studio. Let me say, first actual studio I tried to record in was at home in Indianapolis, and the guy was like, "Yeah, it's $100 an hour," and I was like, "Okay, I have no job. I play basketball. Have no time to get a job. Let me try to approach my mom with this, see what she says." So I went to them, and my mom is like, literally, this is how my mom is. I don't care what it was. She needed it in paper. Why? She's one of those people. Why you need it? When you pay me back? I need it in writing. That was her. She has contracts upon contracts from when I was a little kid, could barely write. And so I went back to him, and I was like, you know what? At $100, I did one session with him, actually 2 sessions with him, and both of them I just recall being in there just trying to like hustle, getting like, oh, I got an hour, it's $100. I'm trying to get 10 songs out of a 2-hour session, $200. So, and I just thought to myself, like, how much does Pro Tools cost? Can I really teach myself how to do this, how to mix, how to do all that, and pay one flat rate? Get myself some equipment and do it that way. And this happened when I was at State. And I talked to my mom and my brother and my dad, and I just, for a while, that's all I asked for. When it came to Christmas or came to birthday or something random, my parents hit me up like, hey, you need something? And I had that privilege too because I was on a basketball scholarship. Okay. So it wasn't like my parents were having to dish out a lot of money for school. So, if they ever hit me up like, hey, we put some money in your account for food or, for something like that, they was happy. They like, we don't got to pay for college. You need any cash. So I would literally put it towards that. Buying a new mic, buying a new, equipment, my dorm room. I had comforters on the window. It was literally like that. My people that lived in the dorms next to me would be like, oh, I like that track he was recording last night, 2 a.m., and that's pretty much what I did. I taught myself how to use Pro Tools.
Now, do you use a laptop or a?
Now I use an iMac.
iMac?
So I use I use actual desktop.
Okay.
Better with, not saying laptops can't do the trick, because initially that's what I started out on. I had a Dell laptop, and when we say lag and latency on that, woo, man, you might say something and not hear it till 3 minutes later and hear the feedback. You know how you can hear your feedback right now and it's real time? I would be recording, be off beat just because of the latency of my laptop. Okay. But yeah, I self-taught myself how to use Pro Tools, and that's also how I make a little extra money too every now and then, just recording other artists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the hip hopper's hustle right there.
Yep.
And the same story, like I have the same story where I went to a guy, it was Bob something, and it was in Charleston.
It's always Bob.
Yeah, and he was charging like $90-something an hour. So So I did, maybe an hour or 2 hours, like, because that was my first time. I really didn't know.
You just trying to get a feel.
Yeah, so I went in there, and then just like you, like afterwards, and just the price, I'm like, man, I'm just better off just trying to build this thing
something.
myself.
Yep.
And then I actually sent it off to get. This was the song Bo Knows. So and I sent it to a producer to kind of just listen to it and remix it. And he did work for like Eminem and Dre. Mm-hmm. So he was like, "Man, this is crap." He was like, "Man,"
he said what you recorded was.
Yeah. He said, "Man, this is crap. Like you got so many mistakes. You have like never send me a file like this again."
Yeah,
like
that's the first feedback I had.
Yeah, he
that's
was
the
like,
first feedback I had.
He was like, "Man, never." He was like, "Man, I'm a professional." He was like, like, "Man, like after I finish you, I got Eminem's new album." You know, so like he was like, "Man, never send me something like this again." My first person
that I did that with, they was like,
"So how
even if I try my hardest to help this track, it's still gonna be awful for my name." He was like, "You got so many pops. It sounds like you recorded this in a tunnel." Like he just had
in your bathroom.
Ripped it apart. Just ripped it apart. And I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm about to do my own mixing and mastering.
Yeah.
So that's literally like, this is how I got to the point of being able to do it now, easily just putting a solid. Now I don't master, but it's putting a solid. Times have changed. Used to be, years back, you had to have it mastered. It had to be mastered. Just for you to, get a good quality track. Now there's so many plugins and so many things like that. You could do a solid mix and it still, sound amazing. That was just a solid mix on that song. It wasn't mastered. Good. It was a solid mix. I got it as solid as I can. I used 3-4 different pairs of headphones and a speaker. Listen to it in the car, listen to it on computers, listen to it at a high volume, low volume. That's literally how I mix. I'll go back and it's a lot of listening, listen to it. Different headphones for different reasons. You can't have a pair of headphones that has heavy bass. You got to be really flat. Speakers that have heavy bass. Your car speakers are usually really good as long as all the settings are on 0, just to get a good sound. And it's just almost like a test and go back, test and go back. So when I first started doing, I really had to do a lot of testing. After that person went in on my track, I mean, I felt like I was on Shade 45. I was like, they're going in on my track.
Well, let me ask you this. How did he finish the track for you?
No, he said it was unmixable.
How about you, Bo?
Yeah, he did the best that he could do, which was good with me. Like, hey, man, this is my first.
How did it sound to you?
Idea. Yeah, I thought it sounded good.
Yeah.
He did a few. He did like 2 different mixes to kind of, and he did a lot of stuff with it. And I just was like, yo, all right, well, I guess I just got to do this myself.
Yeah, you got to remember, too, when you start out, what sounds awesome to you, just because it's your first one, you like, I don't care how it sounds, this is my baby, And it's like, then you get to somebody else who's been after it for a while and their ears are trained to hear, like even now, since I've been mixing and stuff for a while, I don't hear music the same. If somebody comes and is like, hey, I got this track I want you to hear, I hear the track, I hear the lyrics, I hear the beat, but I also hear like, this wasn't recorded, this needs a little bit of compression, this needs a little bit of EQ, he EQ'd that wrong, that beat, did you record this on an already done MP3, like this is compressed way too much. Like I hear that and it doesn't change. I can be listening, my friends laugh all the time because we could be listening to something on the radio and I'm the same way. Like, oh my God, like that, no. This has to be local. Like, this has to be local.
Local sound.
Yeah, this has to be a local sound. Just because,
I didn't know y'all had a black radio here in West Virginia. 4 hours a day or something like that.
It used to be like that.
Was that
like, no, that's a jab. That's a
me
shot.
Or to,
no, that's just a shot at West Virginia. But it used to be like that. Like they used to have 2 black guys running the radio, and it would be for like 4 hours. And one of those guys was Jamie P. And yeah, man. And then they lost it. I don't know how the pay structure was set, but they lost it. And then they picked it back up, at some point, maybe 7 years ago. And now it's, what is it, 98.7?
Yeah. I mean, it's just changed. So when I first got to West Virginia, 98.7 played way more hip-hop. They did. But I also know that even back at home, a lot of things with radio change. A lot of things where radio used to be just free for what you play. You know, you play what you felt like playing as a DJ. It ain't the same anymore. Like, they got, you know, I imagine if Woody just went on 98.7 and just started playing just straight hip-hop, gutter, Kevin Gates, you know, he'd probably get a phone call. And, you know, a lot of people were mad at that, you know, especially in the local hip-hop world. Oh, they feel like local radio here is just against them. Y'all don't give us airplay. Y'all don't give us this. You know, you don't look out. And every time you look up, Woody's in a debate with somebody about it.
Well, you know, nowadays, like Tom Joyner, I can get Tom Joyner here on my iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
So the structure of radios and entertainment has just totally changed.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get a station in Timbuktu if I want it and listen to it every morning.
They're just not open to playing, like, local music like that. I mean, even back at home, you can't just go to 96.3 and, hey, I got this track. Will you play it for me? Like, no, they're not going to, unless it's something that, you know, somebody has to kick it off somewhere.
Yeah, it has to break.
Yeah, it has to break somewhere. But a lot of times, like Ring Bells, when I got on the radio, you know how that happened? Carter, which is DJ TC, she has a week show on 98.7. It's also my best friend and I also help manage her. Mm-hmm. And she was like, hey, I like that song. She came one day to the studio and was like, I like that song. I like that. She just put it in her mix, one of her mixes, without me asking for it. And that's the best advice I can get to anybody is I really do see now where if you make a song that people actually like, they'll do it themselves. Everybody thinks that I asked Carter to do it. Everybody thinks I asked her, can you please put this track in the mix? No, I didn't ask her. She asked for it. She was like, I want to hear that again. And next thing I know, it was in her Friday mix. And then she said while I was in her Friday mix, Woody texted her and was like, whose song is that? Was like, whose song is that? So she thinking that she in trouble because she didn't play something other than, you know, whatever. And he was like, yo, I need that. And he put it in regular rotation.
We need Foxy Brown on at 3:15.
Yeah, he put it in regular rotation. And everybody was like, oh, well, what does she have to do to get her song played on 98.7, this, that, and other? And I was like, literally now I see it. If I make a hot song, and it really pops, then it'll, you know, kind of carry itself. That's okay, you know.
And usually, the song will break in the club, you know, like in a larger city, you know, it'll break in the club. The DJs who have no type of radio ties will break it. You know, people will dance and like it, and then eventually, after a while, you know, like, and people don't understand this, but it takes a while for a record to break. Like a record, it won't break in a week.
No,
you know, like it takes time. By the time it's a hit nationally, the song is old.
Yeah,
and
that's tough.
People don't understand that. Like when you're out there, you're like, all right, this is my hit.
Yeah,
it's like a movie, you know. It's like, oh my God, this. And you drop it into the water, and it goes down the stream, and you don't see it anymore. It's like, okay, well, I'm supposed to be rich and famous. It's like, nah, it has to go to Africa.
Unless you're
West
Jay-Z.
Virginia, it's like it's gonna be a while.
Unless you're Jay-Z.
Yeah, but you figure, man, even before, and that's the thing. That's the thing about dates, like Google Dates. Like if you're from a black city, and you check a Google Date. And it'll say, like, Google Date will date the song. It'll be like, you know, this song came out in 97. And you'll be like, I could have swore it came out before 97.
Yeah, I could have sworn
97? Like, or 2002? Like, man, I thought it came out in 2000. And that's the thing, like, when they're tracking it by the copyright, you know, which most big hits, you can't really do a copyright until it's a hit. You know, other than that, you're wasting money. You know, because you got to pay for each time you submit something. Yep. You know, so
and you don't want to pay that,
right?
You know,
and
like,
you don't need to. I mean,
I wait. It's like the beat leasing. I wait till I see Ring Bell. I wait till I see. Now for Ring Bells, this brings another good example because the beat was not owned by me. I got my lyrics copyright. You know what I'm saying? I got the lyric. I got the basis of the song. Yeah, copywritten. So
the lyrics. You own the lyrics.
And nobody wants to drop because it is song per song. If I did a whole project, I had to do song per song. If I got a whole project copywritten, had to be song per song. Like, can't I just get the flat, like, cheap rate?
I know.
Like,
and you can, and they have different ways. Like you can copyright your project. So you can copyright a whole album, right? And it's a collection of 12 or however many songs. But when you use it as a single, then you have to copyright that single. You know, so then now you have two copyrights. And if you release another third single, fourth single, you know, like that can get really expensive. So people don't wait. You know, people wait before they really start doing the copyright thing. You kind of wait and let it get out there, you know. So that's the thing with your dates. Like when you look at a date for a song and it tells you that it came out this year, like sometimes, especially like that Jay-Z level, yeah, because, you know, he's at that level. I know someone is going to be mad, but that Beyonce song, what is it, 10, it's up until the 9, like that song is whack.
What song?
It's like 10, blah, 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 9, da, 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 8.
Oh, Countdown.
Yeah,
Countdown. 10.
Oh, that song is
He
whack.
kept me up at There's ups and downs and there's lows.
Yeah, like that's at this point for her, it's all just fame. Like, look, I'm gonna put something out.
I'm gonna spit on the ground and
like
watch
I said,
everybody
look,
laugh.
You got an audience in here that
Look,
you know.
look. Like I said, you know.
She can say anything and make it a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
So she can say anything and make it a hit.
Yeah, like that. And that's
7-Eleven.
And that's the
I didn't even
point.
know what she was saying. It was just, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you are.
The Lord's Prayer and it'd be a hit.
Yeah, and she knows
Our
it.
Father,
You know, like that's
thou
funny.
art in heaven. Hallowed be thy name.
I know it would be even bigger. Like it would be like the biggest.
People that
hits.
didn't even know the prayer. Like,
Well,
Hey.
actually, Stevie Wonder did Ave Maria, and it was a hit.
yeah.
Yeah, like
And Beyonce came out and did. Yeah, half the people that didn't even know what Ave Maria was, Beyonce came out and it's like, ooh, that's why everybody knew what it was, you know?
But I'm not taking anything away from her. You know, like she can sing and she's a beautiful woman, like, and she can dance. Like I'm not taking anything away, but she's at a point now where, like, look, I don't have to try. You know, it's like, look, I just put this out and it's out. But you know, looking at before her, it was Whitney Houston, right? Like really for that level of an artist. A black artist, like it was Whitney Houston, but just look how long it took before we got one. You know, between Whitney Houston,
Tina Turner was out for a while too.
yeah, but that was even before Whitney Houston, Tina Turner. You know what I mean? So, but just look how long it takes before that next artist. You know what I mean? Like at that level,
And
like
will we have another one?
yeah, we will, but it's gonna be like
a
20.
singer, like a singer, like on that level. Like right now, Beyonce. I mean, there's people that believe Beyonce is their god. Like literally. What is it? What's her name? She has a nickname for her. What is it? Beehive. No. There's a nickname where they call her. It's something to do. Remember, everybody was upset because they had put her name. They had changed her name, and it was like not Jesus Christ. Not it was. What was it?
I tell you,
no, it was. They call her Bezos.
You know what it is?
Certain
It's
things.
that Illuminati crap.
Nah. It's like when people start dating. Like if a guy and a girl start dating, and then eventually, like they start looking alike, and that's what's happening with Jay-Z and Beyonce. Like like they're starting to like look alike. You know?
Oh, he's probably writing some hits. Some of them songs I know.
Yeah.
Hey, can you imagine a conversation with them about a song? Be like,
now you gonna do this?
Yeah.
And when I tell you to do this,
songs sound the same. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I can just picture. I can just picture
no,
the dialogue between them. Like,
she does what she's told.
who you think you think you're gonna feature somebody else on that song?
See,
Like,
here, let me give you share something with you. Tina Turner and Ike Turner. That's the new Tina and Ike Turner. Because back in the day, back in the 70s, it was Tina Turner and Ike.
Yeah.
And but see,
only thing that I would go against with that now is the fact that Ike discovered Tina. Jay-Z didn't discover.
Right.
He didn't.
Beyonce. And Beyonce makes more money than Jay-Z.
Yeah. Well, Tina made more money.
Yeah, Tina made more money than Ike. But as far as a discovery level, they both, you know, like they're in two different industries. Yeah. Now, as far as, because I heard that, you know, like if you read some of their like stories and like dialogue and stuff, it's crazy because Jay-Z got with somebody that has more money than him for the first time ever in his life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
but she did well when she was with Destiny's Child, but when she separated herself from them, and did work with Ike, Ike.
Work with Ike.
When she worked with Jay-Z, that's when she went to that superstar status.
She was there. No, she did not. We can have this debate all day. No, we can have this debate all day. We can have this debate all day.
So you feel like what? That Beyonce was a superstar before Jay?
Yes.
What was her first hit?
Her first hit outside of Destiny's Child. Outside of Destiny's Child. I can't recall what the first hit was, but she was already there.
Which one do you
think?
think?
Then it was major because she did that. Everybody thought it was Jay-Z because she came out with Crazy in Love with him.
Crazy in Love.
And then there was another song with him. But she had hits prior to that.
No, I want to say that was her.
And
that was her big hit was Crazy in Love.
Yeah, it was. But there was a couple prior to that. Which one? But what was the hits prior to that? There were several prior to that.
She didn't have a single one. That was her breakout.
Don't make me get Google now.
Google it.
Look, we do that all the time.
This is the information age.
I'm Googling because
yeah.
Now, let me throw this in there.
While you're looking, we go.
Beyonce.
While you're looking,
Beyonce wasn't anything until Aaliyah died.
Oh, but that's just how it is at all times. You know, like that's how it is all the time. You know, somebody is always in the way. You know.
So how did they get her out of the way?
Oh,
conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory. And they were all tied together because Jay-Z was dating Beyonce for a while. Like they just didn't talk about it. And Dame Dash was actually dating Aaliyah.
And don't forget about RJ was married to Aaliyah.
Oh yeah, R. Kelly.
Yeah, R. Kelly. Yeah,
yeah. Back when she was like 13, you know.
But that's okay. And Jay-Z put R. Kelly off of his show. Remember?
Yeah. They had a dispute.
On
the Best of Both Worlds tour because both of them were just being divas, and you know. But yeah, man. But yeah, I mean that is a good point, you know. But I mean that's just the thing. We want our music, right? We want our women. Just think about how many singers, if you really thought about it, like there are a bunch of women singers out, and as soon as Beyonce drops it, then boom, somebody else is going to take it, and it's going to be like, hey.
Now before Ike and Tina Turner, there was Diana Ross.
Yeah. She went way back, like Motown.
Yep.
And then she popped back again with that disco, right?
Yeah, for a little while, and Donna Summers for a little while.
Yeah. So
y'all going classic?
No. That was my time. What are you talking about? Classic.
Classic.
See, I'm OG. Old guy.
Look. Yeah. You take your time and look because. I mean, I never really thought about that, but Aaliyah was building momentum.
Oh, Aaliyah was it. She was doing movies.
Yep.
She did the Queen of Vampire.
Yeah, Queen of the Damned. Yeah. She did that, and she definitely had a hit with that "Rock the Boat," but that was around the same time that she died. But yeah, she was big and.
Still around, Beyonce wouldn't be as big as she is.
Yeah, that's crazy too. That is crazy.
Okay. I see where we...
Well, I don't know.
I see what the answer is.
All right, go ahead.
Crazy in Love was in 2003. Prior to that was Fighting Temptations.
All right.
That was her big, like, takeoff. Remember the Fighting
Is that the one...
The movie, yeah. Cuba Gooding Jr., like, that was her first, like, major, like, role. And, like, we watched that not too long ago.
So they were setting her up to face
pretty
Aaliyah.
much, yeah.
Like,
and
look, you need a movie
song,
role.
even prior to this site I just looked at, the song that kicked it off was Upgrade You with Jay-Z. Crazy in Love was huge, but not as big as Upgrade You. Remember Upgrade You came out? And that came out after she put out that first project with, like, Me, Myself, and I on it.
Yeah,
and all
I
that
remember
stuff.
that, yeah.
So we can credit a portion, but I still would have an open debate.
Right, yeah. But
that.
Jay was there for all of that.
I still would have
Jay
an open debate.
They were secretly...
Was he the boo? Y'all think he was
the
boo?
They were secretly dating.
Oh,
yeah, they were secretly dating.
Yeah. They were dating for a long time.
We didn't know they got married, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they were dating for a long time, you know, before it broke.
So do y'all feel like she's a game changer?
Who, Beyonce?
Yeah.
She. Let me say this. She's the best they got out there right now.
Yeah.
If somebody come along who can compete with her, it's over.
I mean, even from an artist aspect, is she an innovator?
No. She's doing everything Tina did. If you look at her, if you watch the way she danced, go look at some old Ike and Tina Turner stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, everything.
So who would you say today is an innovator?
Tina.
No, I'm saying today. That's out today.
Tina Turner.
That's out today?
Ain't nobody's innovating. Everybody's copying what's already been done.
Nah, there are some innovators,
So
but
you-
they're just
my-
not
you
to
know
the
who my
forefront.
favorite
They're
couple
not to
rappers
the,
are.
Yeah,
You know who my favorite couple? Missy,
yeah, I knew you was gonna say that.
Missy, Kanye. Those are my. I'm
Yeah,
just
Kanye.
saying. As
Well,
far as
Kanye is off the hook. So
as far as innovation, now I do think some of the stuff Beyonce does is very innovative. Like to drop a project and then do the numbers it did, and nobody even knew she was dropping a project overnight, no promotion. Like that was epic.
But-
That was epic. You know?
But see that old system.
It was
Go ahead.
like
Yeah.
It was like it's like Steve Jobs. He's gonna drop something. He tells you,
Yeah.
and that's it. It sells.
Yeah.
because
He tells you it's coming. There's pre-sales. There's this.
He's got a proven track record.
Yep.
But see, but what you gotta remember, like that system, like the system that Jay and Beyonce, they come from the CD system.
Yep.
And that CD system, you would buy so many albums and pre-sales already, and it
Yep.
would be counted. So like you gotta question these numbers.
Yep.
Because they have to have those numbers, or it's like you failed.
Yep.
So that's the thing. Like, I would really question it, but because I don't want them to seem like fraudulent or go against them, yeah, I'll accept those numbers. But at the end of the day, or when I compare them to somebody that's real, like, look, I want to see the real numbers.
Yeah.
Because, if you just did 1 million, like, look, we brought 1 million albums to give away,
Yeah.
and it's like, 1 million people downloaded. Like,
So did you think it was innovative? Granted, back in the day, you had your tours and you had your stuff to promote albums. You had that. But nowadays, you got so much that happens before you drop a single. You drop like now you drop a single, or you drop a video, or you do a tour, or you do, there was nothing.
She's
she was
leading the
in my.
pack.
She was
She's
missing.
leading the
She
pack.
was missing. Nobody heard from her. Nobody anything. She had the baby, and all of a sudden, it's like the next day, everybody wake up and was like, Beyonce album dropped last night. Like what? And she's still playing singles off that album right now. Like, which is crazy because that had not been done. As far as anybody else is concerned, everybody else does promotion. Everybody does tours. Everybody, there's a project on the way.
But see,
even if it's just a mixtape,
the
even if it's
whackness of Beyonce, I think, is Jay-Z. Like the New York, and look, I'm from the East Coast. We were colonized by New York. Baltimore was colonized hip hop by New York. So we listened to all of the New York hip hop. We rap. When we started to rap, you know what I mean? So like, I love New York, right? But at the same time, the South and just that era of it, that came after the West Coast is more of a musical, soulful sound. And I feel like Beyonce, because the whole thing is like, look, R&B is coming into rap. R&B is coming into hip hop. So Jay-Z was like, yo, Bay. Yo, Bay. We need to take.
Is he saying Bay or is he saying Bay?
We need to take hip hop and put it into R&B, and that's what her phrasing and her singing is more like East Coast hip hop, and to me it just sounds whack. Like I feel like Future. I wish they would have just said, look. Yeah, let's steal him. Like, let's look at what he's doing and make it female. Like let's make it like let's have a female singing like that, and sing about the female problems, and just to hit back on
Men.
Everything makes a hit now, though. Like if you got the right elements and you the right person, it don't matter what you're talking about.
Yeah,
like,
but see,
it
that's
could be a
all
hit.
marketing.
Yeah.
That's like what I was
That's
telling
like Strong
Fid
Life.
about Mike
Yeah.
Tyson. Like Mike Tyson. He became a champion, but how many of those you're not a champion if you cry when you get hit. Like, yo, you were set there.
Who cried?
A lot of guys. Tyson talk about it all the time. Like, man, he was crying like a little girl. I hit him. He was like, and so those guys, like, come on, man, you're not a champion. You are not a champion.
Can you do that voice again?
well, here, Mike. This is what they would do.
He was made.
He was brutal. Trust me.
No, marketing.
Trust me. No. Nobody gets their butt whooped like they did by Mike. Not 57 knockout. 57 second knockout. Nobody wants that on their record.
No, cans. Yeah, because they're getting paid. They take dives. Boxing was corrupt back then, the only thing
It's
we
still
can,
corrupt.
Yeah, it's corrupt.
Yeah.
We can see it now
When the last time you
because
seen
of
a knockout on
because
a-
of
on
the
a-
time. Like just because
Yeah.
of the internet, the information age, we spot it and then we identify it and we investigate into it. But back then they weren't doing that.
I still love you, Mike.
When do you see?
I love you too, Mike. You my dog.
When the last time you seen a knockout?
I mean,
on
I don't even
HBO.
watch boxing
On
anymore.
when the last time you seen a knockout on HBO?
Well, you
Like-
you have to understand, sports boxing used to be the only sport activity that blacks could be involved in. It wasn't until the early '60s, middle '70s that basketball became so prominent with blacks. So what's happening now is those athletes that would have went into boxing are now either in playing football or basketball. They drifted away from baseball. You very seldom see a black playing baseball. You may see a Hispanic.
Yeah, Hispanic,
Yeah.
Cuban.
But see, I got in that big debate because it's like Floyd and Packy. Like, do you think that, like, or even Floyd, like, whoever, Madonna, whatever his name is, if you think that, like, why haven't you really seen a knockout? Like, I don't, like, back, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother follows boxing heavily, you know, and I don't know about to plug him, but he has a, you know, promotion company with it.
Plug him.
What's the name of
And-
it?
Yeah, it's all right. Give him some props.
Four Champs boxing promotions.
Give him some love.
And,
Four
it's-
champs.
Yeah, it's in Indianapolis. I told you one of his best friends is Layman Brewster, who was a heavyweight champion of the world. Fought Klitschko, like that. I mean, they doing it, trying to do it big. He's in Vegas right now. Actually,
boxing.
he's in Vegas right now. My brother is, as we speak. But it's like you never see knockouts anymore. Like, you know, I'm always watching. I'm looking for the knockout, and I'm like, yeah, but it just never happens anymore. But then I also think about it, like, part of me is like, do you think that it has something to do with, you know, HBO and money? Because imagine if a fight was to end in 50 seconds nowadays, how much money would be lost?
None. Because they're
Nope.
getting their money at the gate.
No, not just that. You know, HBO and like your pay-per-view, it's from people that bought it. You got your people that buy it up front. You got your people that, you know, continuously buy it. If people don't see value, if you bought pay-per-view and it ended in 50 seconds,
Then
and you done put $100 into it,
you should have been there
you
on
gon-
time.
yeah, next time you're going to reconsider buying it, right?
Don't go get no popcorn.
Yeah, there just hasn't been a main event like on the level of Floyd that there's a knockout, and I'm like, why? Like,
Bro.
can't you knock this dude out? Like, I really be sitting there like I want to see somebody get knocked out.
Yeah,
you know?
but Floyd, like his style, and if you relate it to chess, right? You have a style of chess
Boy,
where
always
it's
relating something to chess. I
where it's
swear.
aggressive, right? It's a attacking style, and the higher you go up, the highest level of chess is positional chess, and this is the same for all, you know, things where you combat, where it's a combative type of thing. And Floyd, his thing is just high output. His
Yeah.
volume, he has a high output volume,
Yeah.
and he
And
takes
accuracy.
accuracy, and he
And
doesn't
landing,
take
yeah.
he doesn't take a lot of damage. And in order now, when you start throwing those heavy power shots, like it just tires you out.
Yeah.
Even if you're connecting or you're not connecting. So that throwing those crazy shots, losing that type of energy for a guy who puts out high volume, that's going against, you know, his style, and it opens you up. You know, like those, like, yeah, if you don't know anything and somebody throwing a haymaker at you, all right. But if a person knows what's going on, they can see it. It's real slow, and it's like, you
Yeah.
know. So and
Yeah.
when you go for a shot, you open yourself up for counters. So that's the thing. And so at the high, and that's what we see in boxing. Unfortunately for people, you know, the laymen who just want to see some fighting, who don't really understand the technical aspect, like, because Floyd, his fights is a clinic. Like, if you are into boxing, just
yeah.
the footwork,
He's putting on a clinic, like a
yeah,
how-to video.
evading,
Yeah.
just like, man,
Space,
this guy,
dodging, not getting tired, like, yeah.
the angles that he's at. I mean, like, it's
Form,
unreal.
how he holds even his offhand, other hand.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
eye,
unreal. Like
everything.
yeah,
His
like-
dodging, even his dodging, like half the time he literally be like his head almost be, you know, vertical to the ground, which is crazy. Like if
he's
you
a
watch
genius.
even on his dodges, it's always either under or he's leaned back, you know, and it's like, to me, that's awesome. Because if you fought so many people, but you have your next opponent who's probably watched the
Yeah,
several
yeah,
fights
they're
and he's
wa-
watching
yeah.
footage on you, but still can't, capitalize on you. He dodges the same way. Like he's getting paid literally to like play duck duck goose, and you know what I'm saying? Like he's getting paid for that, and to me that's crazy. Like,
have y'all ever seen Pernell Whitaker fight Sweet Pea?
Yeah,
that's old
school. Back in the day,
Okay.
but I don't remember no boxing matches.
Yeah, I don't watch it enough at all.
Oh wow!
What did you ask me earlier about the? Oh yeah, the cops. The cops, man.
Oh yeah, with the that's ridiculous.
The cops is popping folks. Like, I mean, what is going like?
Yeah, no. The latest thing is what?
Well,
Sid?
here. This is how I view it. I view it as it's ritualistic killing or murdering of Obama.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. They can't go kill that black president, so they're ritualistically killing black men in this place.
And women.
Yeah, I know that's crazy.
And women. Yeah.
I mean, they're just killing people. And if you watch Game of Thrones, right? If you watch Game of Thrones, it's a dramatization of people just are corrupt. Like people.
You watch Game of Thrones?
No.
People don't handle power well. Like,
no.
Like that's just what it is. And the thing that we have to understand is that we would be the same. Like, you know, you just
like
have
now,
that power. You walk through the street. What you looking at? It's like, oh yeah, I'm a
kill off with his head. Like, you put a kid in power just because his father, who really wasn't his father, but you know, you put a kid in power. What happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, what has to say? You right. Game of Thrones is
like Saddam
I remember having
Hussein's,
that conversation.
Saddam Hussein's son, one of his sons, was like Joffrey off of Game of Thrones. Like he was vicious. Like
because
he raped. He raped a woman on her wedding night. Like he was just driving and he saw that there was a wedding and he saw the bride. He was like, yo, that's mine. He just took her up. Yeah, took her up.
That's mine.
In the church. You know,
in the
mosque,
church.
In the mosque.
Let's go to heaven. Like he just took her upstairs.
You know, like he was like
that's
sadistic.
Game of Thrones.
You know, sadistic, and that's what we have. And it's, you know, people with power. And the main thing is like we're always trying to tell people what to do. Like, stop trying to control me. Like, that's the thing. Like, stop trying to control me. You switch lanes without signaling. So what? Like,
so you got to throw me on the ground.
So you got to
put your cigarette out.
Yeah, put your cigarette out. I will fry you. After you tell me that you're going to fry me,
light me up.
Now I'm combative.
Yeah,
like, come on.
I will light you up. What? Didn't you just tell me to put this cigarette out? Why you gonna light? Like, wait a minute.
Oh,
like,
they sending death threats to those people down
Is this hurting your lungs?
You said death threats to
the cops? Yeah,
they sending death.
That's why they released that video of her and alive taking her mugshot. Yeah. There was a video now of her being alive, taking her mugshot, and her sitting in there waiting to be, waiting to be put. Yeah, they're saying it's not. It wasn't. The problem is, there's like on that video. If you look at it, when she goes over to the corner of getting into the mugshot, it's very dark. Like the actual mugshots that were put out were very dark. She was turned to the side. Like normally people's mugshots, you don't see just a figure of someone.
Yeah, you see their face. It's
yeah,
clear.
and when she went over
numbers.
to get the mugshot, all you seen was that. You seen someone in orange walking over, had the same hair, standing there, and then go back. Yeah, it was just like a. You just can't. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like a lot of weird stuff going on.
I'm telling you.
True. We saw them bring her in her dress, so I know that was her when they brought her in.
Yeah, that part sitting down. Yep, that was her.
That was her. Now, to me, I've never seen where they make a person fully change their clothes to take a mugshot. Typically, they take your mugshot in your civilian clothes. So to put all that time into changing the clothes, you're not going anyplace.
Yeah, you're staying here.
That and she had a $5,000 bond.
Yeah. So
with a $5,000 bond, 10% means
$500. It's not that. It wasn't that serious of a.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that serious of a, which is good because as you see the video, about the guy that shot the dude in the face in Cincinnati.
Yeah. He was a University of Cincinnati police.
And pulled a guy over that didn't have a front license
plate, right.
Pulled a black guy over, Caucasian cop. And the cop went to, like you could see in the video, he went to try to like open his door or something.
He went to open the guy's door. The guy pulled his door back closed. And he reached in there to undo his seatbelt. And as the guy was pushing his hand away, you can see him bring his gun out and just pop.
Shot him in the face. Killed him.
Yep, just that quick. And lied and said he tried to run me over. Oh, my arm,
Forgot he had a badge camera on. Like, he had a badge camera on. They wouldn't release it. Like, this didn't just happen yesterday. They held the footage from being released. But he also had his arraignment. And everybody was cheering in the courtroom because he was requesting to have a lower bond and, requesting X, Y, and Z. And the judge was like, no, you got $1 million bond and you are facing life in prison. And everybody was in there cheering because they like, whoa, maybe there is a justice system. Maybe there is a, right and wrong. There ain't a way, they ain't going to twist this to, make it him being, right or anything. So
the prosecutor said this was a chicken shit stop.
Yeah.
And the guy get killed because he had didn't have a front license plate on. And the guy had willful intent. Because
why are you yanking my door open?
And how can you shoot him that quick? And besides, if I don't
have mace, you have so many other tactics that you are trained to go.
The whole argument was about his driver's license. If you wanted to find out his driver's license, give me your social security number. That's all it took.
Yep.
That's all it took. You don't have to
get out the car.
Oh, turn your car off. Give me your keys.
Give me your key. And when I was watching, I was just like, well, what? Even when he pulled the gun out and you heard the gunshot, this guy's dead. He was 20. He wasn't. He
was about in his 40s. He's an older guy.
Maybe he was. I didn't watch so many cases. I mean, I've been hooked. I've been hooked on these cases. Like, I don't think because since the even Sandra Bland thing has happened, there's been 5 African Americans that have died in jails. Like, have died in jails, and only been in custody less than 4 or 5 days. There was a other girl, Kendra, that's been, being put out there just as much as Sandra Bland. She magically died, and, they said her family's like she wasn't suicidal. She was young. I think she was like 20. And, just died in jail, and they said it was a suicide. And, it's just crazy because, so much stuff is happening that, it makes you wonder, like all of that happening, and it's just for dumb stuff. Like, you got criminals that are running around popping folks, and what I'm saying, got a front and back license. You wouldn't even know it's them, but you pulling somebody over.
Yeah, but the cops are criminals. Like, it's a thin line between a cop and a criminal. Like, they're the same. They come from the same pool. We dig into the pool and all right, he's a criminal. Oh, no, he's a cop. Like, they're the same. What it takes to be a police officer, you need to be a criminal. Like, really, like, that's really, you have to be a criminal. Okay? Like, that's the only reason why you even want to go near it.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, that doesn't even make sense to you for you to even be a part of it. And that's what we're seeing. They're just doing criminal acts, and they're a part of this big gang, and they feel like they get protection because in the gang we have people who study crime scenes.
Well, you said something. Blood in, blood out. There are some gangs that you have to commit a murder to be a part of that gang.
Y'all haven't seen 100 Days and 100 Nights?
Nah.
It's the new hashtag going on right now in L.A. And one of the top gang members got killed. His name's KP. I didn't know this guy. But he's in one of the gangs there. And pretty much in retaliation for this killing, the gang he was in and also the robber gang said that over the next 100 days, they're going to see who can kill the most people. Random people, can be people walking around. Look it up. They've had several murders. There's a hashtag. FBI and feds are watching the hashtag to try to control, the action from it and all this stuff. But it's bad because they said people have been just walking down the street and getting popped. And they there's another one. They're counting. They're tallying who will have the most in 100 days. This is in L.A. If you look up the hashtag on Twitter, 100 Days and 100 Nights. You can Google it. It's stories coming out about it and why it was triggered. And it was triggered because this guy that got killed was one of the gang leaders. And it's their way of retaliating, pretty much, with the other gang. It was kind of like a competition of who's going to kill who. People trying to move. Like, I was reading this post yesterday. It was like people trying to, leave and move and all that stuff. Cause
that reminds me of
folks.
When Hurricane Katrina came and displaced all the people from New Orleans. Well, when they went to Texas, New Orleans for some of my other guests, when they went to Texas,
listeners,
they got into it with some Mexican gang right? So the gangs or the people from New Orleans, Nolens, they was like, well, let's just stack the bodies up. Like, I mean, you trying to play the body game? Let's play the body game. Like, and that's the thing is people in those areas, they just have a low value of life, but it's for nothing. Like, I'm not saying that terrorism is good, but if you're gonna kill, like, kill for a reason. Like, just don't kill just so. I got 100 bodies and.
I need
now
100 black coffins.
They're doing 100 days. That means
I need
more than
100 black
3 months.
coffins.
For three months,
like,
they
it's
just going
ridiculous.
around killing folks. They telling people do not walk down the street.
Yeah.
Don't even be out. Like, don't even be around.
Well,
Like,
do they at least give you a curfew?
Like,
No.
they're using terrorism.
That's why they're saying LA Purge. You
with
can
no
also hashtag
purpose.
the LA Purge. All of that'll come up. Because it's getting crazy. Like,
So, Fid,
I want to move to Mars. You know?
So Bo, you think we should cancel that show we're gonna do in LA?
If it's in the next 100 days, I mean, y'all might want to push it back. November, December.
Yeah, I tell you, like, that's just, it's crazy, and it just points that this is why we are where we are as a people.
Yeah.
Like, I hear all the older guys always talking about, like, look, man, we need to do this, we need to do that. But it's no sense of leadership. Like, that lets you know that the leadership is gone. And in Chicago,
even in gangs, the leadership is changed,
the police have went after the leadership and stopped all ties. And now you just have all of these
people that want to be
splinter groups.
Game of Thrones.
It's weird because there's no direction. Like, okay, what are you doing this for? Like, who knows?
Let me give you.
I want to go to Mars.
Let me give you an analogy. Yeah, Bush thought he was doing a good thing when he went over and invaded Iraq, when he went to war with Iraq. But guess what? That action destabilized the whole Middle East.
Yeah, it did.
And they didn't have a fix or a solution for it. So a lot of these people running around cutting people's head off.
Yeah,
those are ex-Iraqi soldiers.
Yeah,
go ahead. Who are used to doing those murders. And they form these other little cliques and groups, and they just like with the South, they had raiders. The one guy who started the Ku Klux Klan, he formed his own army, and he went around raiding. So
I don't want to live here anymore.
And even with the Middle East thing, like Saddam and his crazy sons, like, they kept that stuff at bay.
Yeah, they did.
That was
you act up. We poison gassed you.
Yeah, like, we'll kill you. We'll just kill your whole bloodline. You know, and but it made it to where people all over the world could come into his cities and not worry about that type of stuff. Where the press were all over the Middle East. And they weren't worrying about that stuff. They were all on the borders of Turkey and everywhere, and they weren't worrying about that stuff. But once they got Saddam out of there, then it's like, and you just all those guys are like
stabilized the whole Middle East.
Yeah. So random question, because I gotta get out here in a few.
All right, it's cool.
But they came out with that article that said it gave a group of people pretty much the opportunity to go to Mars. And they were going to be paid, I think it was, I forgot how much money it was. It was like, how much? It was like 100,000 or something like that. It was quite a bit of money to go to Mars.
That's not a lot of money.
But the thing about it is, it was so many like perks involved in this for you to go. But the problem was, you couldn't come back.
No.
Yeah, of course.
You couldn't come back, meaning you were there.
Yeah, and plus,
and if you there and went there after being there so long, you would get so much, money. But I'm like, if Mars has no, currency up there, what you gonna spend? Just give my mom, just give my family.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just give my family that bread. I'm going to Mars to save them.
How long does it take to get to Mars? About 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, it takes some. Yeah.
So let's do the math. They're gonna give me $100,000 to go to Mars. That's like $20,000 a year. I can make that much money at McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, look it up. It was more. It was, if you really thought about it. The thing that got me was the whole not coming back thing.
But if it wasn't for it was pretty nice. It was
Well,
like
here's it.
it was an
Here.
initial amount of money. Then you got this and this and this, and then it valued up to some like $1 million or something dollars. But I'm like, where are you gonna spend it at?
Let's do
Like-
this. Let's offer somebody $100,000 to go into Compton and clean it up. Now, you might not come back.
Pretty
But we'll
much.
give that money to your family.
Pretty much. They're trying to say, because there's water on.
On Mars?
There's water, yeah, because there's water. They found remnants
Yeah.
of water.
Yeah,
something.
they have, like, the ice
Yeah,
caps on
they
the
think
North and South
because there's water, there has to be,
Life.
life. Yeah, they think because you have water and there has to be life. So they're like, okay, well, we just need to send some folks, send some folks to see. And I'm just like, well, will you be able to communicate back home? Like, will you be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Takes 5 minutes for a signal to get
There's
from
no
Mars
Facebook.
back
You
here.
know what I'm saying? There's no
Yeah.
Facebook. There's no, how you going to communicate? If you want to, send a message back, you're out of luck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Send some death row prisoners up there.
that's what I say.
Train them and send them
Yeah.
up there.
That's what I say. I said send some people that, especially ones that's got life. You know what I'm saying? Like we sending y'all to Mars as a test. You know what I'm saying?
See if y'all can see how long you live.
Yeah, sending y'all to Mars as a test. We trying to see if there's life up there. But I could just picture if life kicks off and then a couple of them still around. You know what I'm saying? Like freedom fall off the map a little bit. But I mean, if there's life up there and what are they gonna do? Transport people? They're trying to go up there and start a whole new civilization. Like
But they'll probably send us up there.
they will because Earth is. I mean, it's a little bit deeper, but Earth is running out of juice. Population is getting overpopulated.
Well, see,
they have to find something.
the Earth know how to take care of itself. It'll wipe us all out.
Yeah.
It'll take 20, 30,000 years.
Yeah.
It'll regenerate itself.
Yeah, to regenerate itself.
it knows how to take care of itself.
Yeah.
If you look, I don't know if you ever drove down 77
Mm-hmm.
and you look at the side of those hills and you see those different layers, those are from floods or from ice age situations.
Yep.
So if you look at those, like every 10,000 years, there was a flood or there was an ice age. One strata is just solid rock, another strata is just a bunch of organic material, and then on top of that is another strata of limestone and rock. Earth know what to do.
Yeah.
They'll find a bone or a tooth or something in there one day, and they'll say, "Oh, they got wiped out too, huh?"
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
see,
if NASA is trying to, if NASA's trying to sign some hip hop artists, to go to Mars and kick off the, hip hop there, I'll sign up.
but see what
I'll
they
sign up.
what they want to do is
But how about your royalties? How you gonna get them?
I sign up, give them to my family. I sign up. I'm taking the whole fan club. Like I'm taking, you know what I'm saying? Like let's just take some of the top artists, top athletes, and let's just go start a whole nother. And then it'd be Mars versus Earth, like.
Well, you know what?
It'd be Mars versus Earth, like in a war.
Well, they want to use
Space Jam.
Earth as a power source because
Yeah.
you have the basic level is what we are, where you use the what Earth gives, we use it, far as rocks and minerals, right?
Natural resources.
Yeah, natural resources. But the next level from that is using a planet as the source of energy. You're taking the energy from the planet, and then after that, then it's solar energy to take the energy from the sun, and that's what they're trying to do. Like whenever they're trying to leave the planet, is because they want to destroy the planet by using its energy. They want to harvest its energy. And that's what you got to remember. Like, when they finally get up to a point where they can leave Earth, they want to destroy Earth. It's not, there's going to be a battle. It's the only way we're really truly able to leave and to have that much energy is to use it,
They're gonna. What you're saying is they're gonna exhaust all the natural resources here before.
Yeah,
they
the
go.
core, like
Which
the
we've
core of,
discussed this before.
the core of
Yeah.
Earth, like use that energy.
Yeah. We've discussed before about how if you think there's other life, remember?
Yeah.
We discussed that. And the furthest planet away, how long does it take to get to? Remember we were talking about that.
So many light years, 150 light years.
It takes
or something.
a certain amount.
Yeah.
So it's like we were discussing that day at work. How do we know they're not headed here? Remember when we were talking about? We was like, how do we know they're not headed here? And then secondly, it's like, do we think that we're the most advanced planet? Like there could be other life. I mean, if they've never been there, they're like, oh no, there is no life that exists out there. And then they'll be like, nobody's ever been there. Well, how do you know? How do you know? Oh, because it's so hot. Well, what? Africa's hot. You know, like there's people that, there's people from here that if they went to Africa, they would just feel like it's so sweltering. I'm gonna die here. I just can't look. You know, so it's like, how do you know? People are breeded from different environments, is what I'm saying. You know, what may be not normal to you is no different than a city person and a country person. City person, you put them somewhere, no electricity, no buildings, no. It's almost like when I first came to West Virginia.
How I'm gonna plug my iPhone in?
Yeah, when I first came to West Virginia, or when I go on like little camping outings and stuff like that. Oh no, is that a bug? Like, you know, is that is that a bug? Is there electrical outlets? Is there a Wi-Fi signal? You know, it's kind of like that. You know, so it's like, how do we know that there isn't some form of something elsewhere, and we just don't know? You know.
But what society teaches us is that they keep secrets.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why we don't believe in our government, is because they keep secrets. And like when the guy got shot in his back and the cop just grabbed his taser, walked it over to him, dropped it, start composing the scene, the black guy just watching. Like, hey, you know, this is, you know, like
I got your back.
Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah. I got like, look, man, it's just so full of secrets that you don't. It's hard to know what they truly know. And some may say that we are aliens, that we are the prisoners, that we are imprisoned on this planet, and that's why we want to leave. Like, we have a natural sense to look up into
happy here.
Like, as humans, we have a natural sense to look up into the sky and wonder and want to leave Earth. You know, some would say that, you know, we are imprisoned on Earth and that we want to leave to get back to where we were. Yeah. You know, and it's, you know, I don't know if that's true or not, but I do know that you don't count on Earth being here. And I feel like, you know, the whole idea, like if you want to create a wormhole, you want to move in light speed, like you need energy, like you need to pull from something. And I feel like they're getting ready to pull from the closest planet that they can, and that's the planet that we're on. You know, but you can't do that because, like, all right, how many people are you taking? You know, like how many billionaires are there? And there's a bunch, you know, like there's a bunch of millionaires. You know, you'd be surprised not like it's just 5 of them.
But
they just found a millionaire that this is random off subject again, but they just found a millionaire living on HUD. $1.6 millionaire living on HUD in Georgia. Like,
did they interview him? He was like, look, man, this is how I keep my million.
How you think I got my million?
It was an audit, and we was having this conversation, and that's what she said. She's like, he probably got his million from living conservatively. You can't be mad. What did you say?
You can't fault somebody for saving their money the right way.
Yeah. And I was like, that's pretty, like, because my next question was, are they getting put out? You know, they're paying like $500 a month.
But they can't be at fault for doing what they need to do with their money. That's the thing. You can't blame them for saving their money the way other people on HUD and Section 8 and places need to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what? True. I used to do rehab work for HUD. They had 6-bedroom apartments. This one family had to pay $1 a month.
Yeah.
They got kicked out because they did not pay their $1 a month. 6 bedrooms.
I would pay that up for I paid it up for some years.
Yeah, but see, have you seen In Time? Have you seen In Time with Justin Timberlake? And we talked about it before.
She just watched like 2 weeks ago.
All right. So you have the guy, like, so he, you know, Justin gets all of that time. He gives it to his friend. And what does his friend do?
He
drinks it to death.
Drank it away. He didn't need that much money. His wife was all mad.
Yeah,
he gave him that and he drunk it away. Not everybody. Yeah, that's a good example.
And the thing is because our culture, it teaches us to be poor, and it teaches us for violence. It's getting us ready to be poor, and it's getting us ready to fight at the drop of a dime. You know, like that's what our
on your foot. Yeah,
that's what our culture. You know, like. It's hard, but it's kind of crazy to think of it. But like when you think of Sparta, you know, and they were warriors, like they were a warrior culture. Like that's what we are. We're a warrior culture. Like just regular civilians kill people. They have gangs. They fight amongst each other, right? And the whole idea is that you don't have to waste a lot of time in training. So no matter where you are in the country, when it's time to fight, I don't have to waste a lot of time training you how to fight.
Yeah.
Right. It's already embedded in the culture. And then the poor aspect that's built in is so that you guys will just keep spending money. You know, and so people don't even realize, like, the person who get put out because and they only have $1 rent is because they're just spending all of their money, and they're thinking just like anybody else who has a $600 rent or $1,000 rent. It's like, well, you know, I'll be able to make it. You know, like if I keep this here, like let's say my rent is $1,000, I keep $500. You know, so then I'm spending, but I know I only got to put another $5, right? And then it's like, well, I know a $5 is coming, so let me go ahead and drop down to $250. You know what I mean? So you're playing with those numbers, but then it's like, oh man, I'm behind. You know, and it's all about the education. Like, they're not teaching us as a society to be wealthy. They're teaching us to just spend. They show us all the gold, nice, castles, no matter what. Yeah,
nice car, nice,
electronics, right? Which is not even expensive, but they just make it. Think of,
and they say the richest people. They say the richest people like don't even look rich. Yeah, they look the poorest, which is crazy because there's several millionaires. Like a millionaire living in hood. Like, my thing is, when I read the article, it was like they didn't have, it was saying that they weren't noticeably like millionaires. Like, you would have thought nothing of it until the audit came out. There was another family that their income, like as a household, was $300,000, and their rent was $300 a month. So it was like,
that's smart.
They didn't change anything. Yeah, they didn't change nothing. And I've always said that. Like, I would be that type of person and get money in.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to.
I'm the same way now.
Qualify to live in HUD housing. They want to know if you have a bank account. They want to know how you're getting your money, when you're getting your money. They want to know all that stuff. So somebody wasn't doing their job. So to blame this guy because he had that kind of money.
Yep.
It's their responsibility to check. You know.
To check. Yeah.
It's not saying he had that. It's not to say that he had that money before he moved in.
Yeah. And somebody could have hooked them up. Like, look, we do the hookups. We do the hookup system all the time, and it's like we get mad when it happens in another field. You know,
do I look like a millionaire?
No.
He probably is a millionaire.
Yeah,
he got the green on his hands. He been counting paper. You know, been counting paper. But that's how it usually like. Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
Okay. We got to get them out of here, Bo. We got to get them out of here. They got business they got to take care of. Serious business.
I got AC. I need to get.
Yeah.
AC. I'm in the hot seat.
All right, so here we're gonna close it out.
Let's do one more of her numbers and before we go, we tell her goodbye and
we'll close it out.
Hit the road, Jack.
Which one you want to hear? What should we all listen to? It could be anything. While she's thinking.
Yeah.
You got some dirt on your leg. You know that? No, I'm not talking about that writing. You've been writing with your ink pen on your leg. You got a test or something?
You got a test or something.
Yeah, I know.
You saw that new way to cheat on a test, right?
No, how you do
with
that?
With the vitamin water. The vitamin water, you know how it has the print and the calories? They made a vitamin water pretty much same measurements and everything, and put all the answers and the calories. It just had it sitting on their desk. Genius. Who thinks of this? You can use Gatorade. You can do whatever. Make your own label with the answers. They printed it and everything. Printed
and then
it.
when you
like
come
Google
to,
it.
You
Yeah.
just set
So
it down.
you don't even notice it. It's just a bottle just sitting there. You're not thinking of it, but they got the answers all right there.
Did they get caught?
That's smart.
People that are passing that themselves.
Yeah. But see, that's the secret, is that everyone cheats. Like, but you have the illusion, and you have a small group or percentage of people who no, I didn't cheat. It's like, well, you're a dummy for not cheating.
The impersonations, though, I didn't cheat. You can play. Let's go to something old.
All right, yeah, whatever.
Let's go.
It's cool with me.
All the way to the bottom.
All right.
Or Blast from the Past. And there's one called Didn't Know Better.
All right here, Didn't Know Better. Here it is. We had an awesome time with TalENTed.
Yes. I'll be back on the show.
Yeah, you got to come in. We got to listen to more.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come back.
Yeah, we got to listen to some more. And we got to get into the juicy conspiracies and leaving the world.
You think y'all just going to get famous and I ain't coming
space?
Back?
Well, actually, we planning on riding on your tip.
I'm riding. Y'all got sponsors. You know what I'm saying? Like,
look, all my TalENTed fans, y'all better subscribe.
Yes.
Okay, subscribe to the podcast.
Hey, Follow me on Instagram.
Let me tell you something.
Val_art_dope.
Yeah, I know.
Podcasts are the future.
Yeah.
They're getting to where now you can subscribe to HBO for your iPhone and subscribe to Showtime. You ain't gonna need a carrier no more.
Nope.
So what we'll do is we'll do the sponsors, and then we'll do whatever shout outs, and you can Instagram all of it. Yeah. All right, so we're brought to you by who? Butch House Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA but LLC of Charleston, West Virginia. Okay, the only black belt instruction in Charleston, West Virginia, offers high top level instructions in all areas. Adults, children's classes. They have classes every day of the week. So if you want to choke people out on Tuesday, it's going up.
They choking folks out on a Sunday?
Yes, even on a Sunday. Yes, choking them out on a Sunday, full belly and all. All right.
Can we have a gag award, man?
Yeah, we'll give out. So, if you want to learn how to get ready for those gag awards, step your chokes up at advancedbkj.com. Advancedbkj.com.
Go.
We're also brought to you by Bo Knows Music. Quality online music lessons at www.boknowsmusic.com. Y'all been treating me real good. Thank you very much. You know, I'm getting a couple hundred hits a day consistently, so you know that's good business there. We're also brought to you by Weebly. Make your website, okay, guys? We say this time and time again. You want to be an artist. You want to be a photographer. Everybody's a photographer. You want to be...
I got my iPhone.
Real estate agent, right? You want to go get your real estate license, right? You want to put those properties up online and sell them. Go to bowmiles.com. Click on the Weebly banner and create your website for free. You don't even have to pay anything. Create the website, get people looking at the listings, start selling homes, and then after you made $100,000, then you only have to drop like what? Maybe $9 a month. Okay, that's nothing, guys, and it's easy drag and drop templates. So this is not a sponsor, but this is Fid's website. Where can they go to get a new axe?
www.fidlu.com for those boutique bases that you can't find any place. You put it on paper, I can do it.
All right, so where can they find you, Talented?
Facebook, Talented. Tiffany Talented. Instagram, thou_art_dope. Snapchat, oddly talented. Twitter, oddly talented. Vine, oddly talented. Social Cam, oddly talented. SoundCloud, soundcloud.com, talented ENT. YouTube, I have the old one, which is Miss T Dance Champ, and I have the new one, which is Talented ENT, and then also the fan page is TTF. It's TTF Fanatics. Other than that, pretty much everywhere. Look for the shirts. You can get a Talented shirt. I didn't wear one, but if we could take a visual shot, everybody has one around the town.
Yeah, take a shot of that, and we're going to post it with and I'll find some stuff online. So when I do the artwork for this, I'll put, your stuff, and I'll actually put one of your links on my website, so then people can, go.
Yeah.
And they can harass you for a little bit.
Special announcement, in the future, I'll be sponsored by, Bo Knows. Speak it into existence.
Yeah.
They'll just,
Yeah.
Speak
Look,
it into existence.
That's how you gotta do it. That's how you gotta do it.
We about to discuss percentages now. That's why we got to get off of here. Because we about to discuss percentages. My man came in with the button up. I mean, I was like, "Whoa, this
is not even like this." I usually come in with like basketball shorts and a dirty shirt, but I just came
shorts too.
Yeah, but I just came from work. And that's
why
I look
when I
like
seen you
this.
get out the car, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I need to go change my clothes. Is there a visual? I thought he said butt. I thought he only said audio. So he stepped out, looking like John Travolta on Swordfish, and I was like, "Oh man, I need to go change." Like looking sharp, man. He got sponsors now. I'm just playing.
I know. That's why I got to watch what I say. But
thank
the
you guys
sponsors
for
don't
inviting me. Yeah.
it was a pleasure having you here.
Yes,
yeah.
I definitely
it
have
was
to
awesome.
come back again.
Oh yeah. Anytime. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I don't care.
You could ask in here unannounced.
Just pop up in
Just
here.
pop up.
Yeah,
Just pop up.
yeah. People do that. Luckily,
Yeah.
nobody did that this week on us.
Yeah.
But hey, but
Actually,
it happens.
somebody
It's
did.
cool. Yeah,
Like, who was this?
But we
I don't
weren't.
even know who that
But we weren't on the air at the time.
Yeah. So but hey, I had a wonderful time. Y'all remember, listen to whatever TalENTed say. Okay, she says listen to the Artistry podcast.
Yeah.
Then you need to listen.
Yeah.
And subscribe. Okay.
Because she's going to listen.
Yep. Everybody listen.
I know. At least listen to her. She's gonna at least listen to a little bit of hers. She'll critique herself.
Yes. Listen and learn.
All right, so we're gonna set it off with let's see. Didn't Know Better, produced by who? Mr.
Kinetic.
All right.
From Naptown 317, baby, all day. Midwest, Indiana Pacers, Colts.
My life's mirror can use a little Windex.
drop.
Cut down my circles with like eating right in bow flex. Motto expect no text, purely I am focused. The microphone's my late night protection, I call it code text. Trying to get back to a place I ain't seen it forever. Feeling like me and Peggy's womb would go good together. That's my mother if you didn't get the context clues. They say don't lose contact, but I let my context choose. I change my mind all the time like I'm tweeting. And currently up is the only thing I'm keeping. I plan to spit it as long as I'm breathing. Can't help being this good. Sometimes I feel like I'm cheating, but I'm human. When the smoke clears, I'm right here. Claiming got no fears, nervousness still near. Don't need no gas for a trip to your memories. I think back, I slowly remember me. Use a little Windex, cut down my circles with like eating right in both flex. Motto expect no text, purely I am focused. The microphone's my late night protection, I call it code text. Trying to get back to a place I ain't seen it forever. Feeling like me and Peggy's womb would go good together. That's my mother if you didn't get the context clues. They say don't lose contact, but I let my context choose. I change my mind all the time like I'm tweeting. And currently up is the only thing I'm keeping. I plan to spit it as long as I'm breathing. Can't help being this good. Sometimes I feel like I'm cheating, but I'm human. When the smoke clears, I'm right here. Claiming got no fears, nervousness still near. Don't need no gas for a trip to your memories. I think back, I slowly remember me. The old days, didn't know how to feel pain. Didn't know what love was, didn't know what a drug does. Didn't know what a deal was, thought they was real cause I just didn't know better. I miss the old days, reminiscing just feels strange. Cause we never can go back, we only getting older. We try to learn from the past, which makes us colder. Would've tried to make it last if we only knew better. I remember when this mic used to have a meaning. Now it's like we define it on Wikipedia. Rap gets you a Maybach, beans list I made that. Big bill school fees didn't change that. My mind couldn't wrap around the thought of being famous. So I compete with these rookies, kept my famous Amos. Fameless, I remember life was painless. Now it's like ushering in shoes from Payless. One big ouch, far from comfy couch. Pretty soon, baby kangaroo, gotta lead a pouch. Nowadays, my father asked why I never call him. I miss the days when we were connected through Spartan. But times got hard and life got demanding. And the one shot of my camera just started panning. But I say I love you every time that we speak. And he's still the same dad from all my memories. I miss the old days, didn't know how to feel pain. Didn't know what love was, didn't know what a drug does. Didn't know what a deal was, thought they was real cause I just didn't know better. I miss the old days, reminiscing just feels strange. Cause we never can go back, we only getting older. We try to learn from the past, which makes us colder. Would've tried to make it last if we only knew better. I put my headphones on cause it's my way to cope. I tell the kids drop for your vest cause they my only hope. With no training 50 feet up on the tightrope. Life is in a microscope, can you let your fears go? Pray to God in that moment your present own hold. As if the ones who never been to church get their answer first. You only get one of these things that we call life. I gamble with my hope I win and that the price is right. They say every situation is fight or flight. So I'm fighting in this booth to have my flights in my life. People lie as long as they nose don't get bigger. Nobody will know, yep, that's what they figure. No megapixels, no bigger picture. And if you cross me, I'm sorry, can't get with ya. I miss those days, no affection, no rejection. I miss that feeling, look back and wonder what happened.
Let's everybody know.
I miss the old days, didn't know how to feel pain. Didn't know what love was, didn't know what a drug does. Didn't know
know what a deal was, thought they was real, cause I just didn't know better. I miss the old days, reminiscing just feels strange, cause we never can go back, we only getting older. We try to learn from the past, which makes us colder. Wouldn't try to make it last if we